Hello everyone, and welcome back to GregTech New Horizons. I am excited to be back for episode 5, and today we had a lot of progress to say the least. We ranged from never having to eat again, to progressing further into the Steam age, and even creating a new build. With that being said, buckle your seatbelts, and thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the episode. It has been way too long since we have had any upgrade in resources. I mean, last episode, obviously, we had huge progress, but it's time to progress even further because some things are just locked behind doors that we need to unlock. And today is definitely the day we are going to do that. And that is going to be getting steel. I looked at it and it's quite a lot. I have a feeling that the recipes that I looked at were probably not the most effective early game recipes, but it's the way I found to do it. So if I am wrong, feel free to let me know, but we pretty much have to get through that. So our main goal for today is to get into building our very first BBF, our very first brick blast furnace, which will allow us to make steel. Alrighty, so our first objective is going to be getting these fire bricks, which is going to require quite a bit of stuff. Fire clay dust and brick dust, which off the bat I'm going to need 432 bricks and 432 clay. Now, in between episodes, I did make sure to grab that already. And there we go, that's all the brick. Now I just need to get the mortar, right? Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of mortars, so... Do I even have a mortar in here? I don't think I do. Oh, that's weird. Oh, let's get some iron and some stone. If I even have any stone left, that is, yeah. Oh, no. I just have a mortar sitting in there. Wow, already went through that entire mortar. Alrighty, and that is all of that done. So, that is 216 fire clay dust. And now the beautiful part is I have to turn all of that fire clay dust into compressed fire clay with a steam compressor. And that's going to be very, 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 very slow. So, let's see how this goes. Do I have hoppers in here is the question. I have one hopper. Great. Where's my compressor? There it is. Oh, that is beautifully slow. I guess I'm gonna need another hopper then. Okay, so now I definitely need more gypsum. So that means I do have to go mine a little. Before I go mining, I'm gonna stick all of the finished product right now into the furnaces, just so when I get back, it's somewhat smelted. Unless I have to wait. And now, with all of that done, all I have to finish crafting up is these buckets of concrete, which are not that bad, actually. So what I can do is put those in there. Water bucket, and Oh, actually, wait. Sorry. I did that wrong. Concrete. There we go. There's that. 36 clay dust, 36 stone dust, and that. What the hell? Okay. That was not what I wanted either. And now, with that being the last of the concrete buckets, we craft that up, and there is our 36 fire bricks. Wow, that took way too long, unfortunately. And now all we need is a good old stack of iron, a hammer, a wrench, and 24 cobblestone and some flint, which I'm just going to do that. And actually, we don't have any flint, which is crazy to think about. So let's get our mortar. Use the rest of it like that. And craft up that. And now I believe we have gotten the BBF. So we're going to place it right here. Move this torch over. And actually, before we do this, let's sleep so no mobs jump on us while we're building it. I believe it is a 3x3, this, and then we go another 2 high. Actually, wait, yeah. Go 1 more high. Alrighty. Alrighty, now let's stop wasting time and get to the point of this. We head over here, put it in, and smelt it up. In 240 seconds, we will have our very first piece of steel. Well, just like that, we now have our very... maybe? Wow, it's really doing it. First piece of steel. Wow, that really made me wait. Alright, well... whatever. I don't care about ashes. Well, there's steel. We have officially made steel. And that was very slow. So there's going to be a lot of waiting incoming. Oh, do I love waiting. But once we get that, we're going to be moving on to much better things. Now, I think it's just a waiting game to get that 8 steel and see where we go from there. Alrighty, so unfortunate as it is, the audio for this entire first portion has been corrupted and is completely unusable. So here's a quick rundown of what exactly happened. We upgraded our tools from bronze to steel so that we were able to mine harder materials. After that, we proceeded into the dungeon from episode 1 to gather the enchantment table so that we could do some rituals. After that, we waited until midnight, sacrificed a cow, and got our charged ritual tablet. With that, we crafted some weird-looking green ingots that were supposedly unstable, and crafted the healing axe. With the healing axe, we now have the ability to auto-feed ourselves without food, meaning we realistically never have to eat again. Let's move on. Alrighty, well... after everything is done and done, we somewhat have a bunker done for steam. What the heck? Sorry, I just got extremely sidetracked for why that's white. Whatever. We now have a bunker ready for steam. So now all we have to do is set that up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we need to build the power system, which is going to be steam fueled, but we have to figure out a way to make enough steam to power all these machines. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use not the regular GregTech boilers that we have been using, but instead the railcraft boilers, which I think are better, typically. Okay, now that we have that finished, we need a little bit of stuff for one. So I don't actually know if I have any bricks. I do, I have 4 bricks. I need 36 iron, a little bit of bronze. I need a hammer file and a wrench. That's not terrible. And then I believe all I need is the cobblestone and the flint from there, which we should have. And I'm just going to make one right now to make sure it is the right thing. There we go. And okay, so I think you have to build it to be able to see the interface. I do believe it is the solid fueled one that takes both, though. And now we have enough bricks to craft the other 2. We just need a little more iron. And there we go. That's the 2 4 railcraft boilers that we needed. Now we need to make the tanks, which is where it's going to get a little expensive because we need a lot of tanks. To be more specific, we need 12 tanks. I need the low pressure boiler tanks, not the iron tanks normally from Railcraft. Which sucks a little, but it's all part of the game, learning. So, we won't let that tear us down. Just gotta... Which, honestly, it's kind of good that I crafted those because I'm going to need them anyways. Yeah, a lot more iron now. But, hey, it's okay. And there we go. That is the now official 12 low pressure boilers done. And I believe I just got a quest for that. I'm assuming multi-block goals. Yep, right here. Cool. Now I need to get the water tanks. And that is going to require, for the 2x2x4, it is going to require 4 coke ovens and 1 water tank. Now we've got the tanks and the boiler. All we need now is all the creosote ovens, which is going to be 4. Oh, this is going to be a grind. Alrighty, and just like that, we have all of the unfired coke bricks we need. So now we have to let them get smelted up, which might take a little while, so... Let's see. If we divide it up... Actually, I'm going to put a stack in each of these. And then... Here, we're going to split them up into half stacks, make it smelt even faster. And now that we're waiting for that, we'll go start setting up. Well, actually, no, we're not going to set that up yet. We're going to make the redstone clocks that we need. So since we're making, what is that? It's going to be 4 coke ovens, I believe. Yes, I believe we're doing 4 coke ovens. So that is going to mean we're going to need 4 redstone clocks, which requires wood, red alloy, and stone, gold, torches. Oh, redstone. Duh. Okay, so we need red alloy, iron, gold. Oh, I don't have any gold. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to go on a mining journey then. Oh. Well, let's go get that gold real quick. And boom. That is all of the coke oven bricks to which we need. So if I come in here and do that, that is 104 coke oven bricks with 1 left over. Beautiful. Put that in there, and now we need to make the redstone clocks, which will require 120 planks, so safe to say 2 stacks. Iron, red alloy. I don't have enough red alloy. I in fact need... Oh, no wait, that's actually 1 too many. I do have enough red alloy. Then we need 24 gold, which should not be a problem. we did in fact go get gold. And then we need 12 redstone and 4 nether quartz plates. How much did I say? 12? Oh, I'm just gonna stack, whatever. And we need those nether quartz plates, which should be easy enough to craft. I'm gonna assume it's just a regular plate recipe. What tools do we need? We need a file, saw, hammer, wrench. Okay, so everything. It is what I'm hearing. A saw. I think that should be everything. And then if I come in here and nether quartz plates. Oh, so you need to compress them. Okay, so somewhat same thing. Cheaper, actually. So I need to head over to my compressor, which I have 2 of. I don't remember when I made 2 of them, but that should be working. Do I have everything? I'm missing 8 stone and a file. Obviously, I'm not missing a file, but I'm missing durability on a file, so we're going to craft what we can right now. And the file should have broken, yeah. We're going to put some stuff in here, just to clear out some inventory space. And we're going to get 4 steel and make a new steel file. Because I noticed, like, when you need an extra file, it won't... Well, we now have to wait for that. Okay, after that quick hiccup, like I was saying, when using, what's it called? Files with, like, low durability and you need an extra one. I don't have inventory space, do I? It doesn't use, like, the new file. I mean, it doesn't use the old file for the rest of its durability. It uses the new file right away. The one with more durability. So it's like, that's kind of goofy. I don't know. Might just be me. That doesn't belong in there. Now let's put my inventory back together. There we go. So we're gonna put this first water tank over here. Do I even have the water tank on me? I do. Oh, and I didn't even think about that. I needed the pipes to get the water tank out as well. Or the pipe to get the water out of the water tank. And the humidity is 10% over here. That might suck. Hold up. We might need more water tanks. I will look into that. Okay, so now we need to figure out how we're going to do it in here. If we're going to have 6 coke oven, or 4 coke oven bricks, we're going to need to extend this out a little. I guess inwards, not out. Alright, so it does somewhat seem to work. We are getting charcoal in, and it is going to start producing steam. The only thing is, and for any GregTechers out there might know, what I have set up here does not work. That is because this steam boiler only takes items. So I have to find a way of getting the creosote in here into an item form. And the only way I can think of doing that is by buckets or item cells. Or not item cells, but fluid cells. And fluid cells are currently unobtainable because I need an assembler, which would require me to get an LV. So this system might have to get put on hold for right now, or I would have to put it onto a 1 fuel system, which for this current setup is just not really feasible, and it's way too slow to actually work currently. So even though it didn't completely work. We did get it set up, which does suck. I will continue to refine it. And yeah. So though we didn't get as much done, we did get a lot done, if that makes any sense. I'm going to have to do a lot of refining, and I'll show that off at the beginning of next episode. So I feel that right now, this is a great place to end it off, as we built something. Yeah, psych, we're live. So we're definitely going to finish that, and we're going to get it working. So I have an idea on how we might possibly be able to get it to work, and it's going to require a lot of iron and a lot of tin. I don't have a lot of tin, so let's go for a mining trip and get some tin. Okay. Hold up. And now the buckets are getting pumped in here. Now if I lock that and take the bucket out. Take all the buckets out, okay. That does that. Oh, wait, hold up. Okay, wait, I might have figured this out. Wait, now this doesn't work. Hold up. Wait, I just realized now this doesn't work. Now we do that. Now it works. So now what I do is I take this and pump out hopper. And actually, I'm going to make this so that it's visible for me. Just like that. And run it up. If I can place this correctly. And I could just fill this with infinite buckets too. I don't ever have to like have a limit on buckets. To make this exact, just for my own sanity. I'm also going to replace all these. Which hopefully it's less than 19, which it is. And that's wood and creosote taken care of, question mark? All I have to do is load it up with buckets, I believe. Hopefully this works. It's immediately taking the buckets out. And creosote's immediately being taken out of this. Okay, so that might be a problem. If buckets... Do buckets only stack up to 16? That's my next question. Do buckets only stack up to 16? Oh, and I did not lock that. Hopefully that won't be a problem. I don't know, let's go find out. And or... Okay. So now that'll pump 16 buckets in there, and then it should start pumping buckets into here. Yo, okay. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. This should keep it fully run. Now, obviously, all the buckets are creosote filled right now, so all the buckets are sitting in the pipes. So we're not going to see creosote getting pulled out of these two right now until this burns through the creosote. Well, how about that, guys? We got it up and running. And unfortunately, these water tanks are not backlogging, which scares me a little. Especially since this is not at 500 degrees yet. But I don't know if the degrees increases how much water it uses. If it does, then we are definitely in trouble. Is the water backlogging in the pipes? I think the water might be backlogging in the pipes, actually. Hold up, that might actually... We might have backlog happening, but very slowly. Either way, we have nearly 1 million millibuckets worth of steam sitting in this tank already. I mean, I think that's what, 1,000 buckets? We've definitely made it. We've done it. We've gotten a mass steam production up and running. And now's time for the next part. Get our first steam machine up and running. Well, finally being most of the way into the steam age really lays some nice foundation for what's to come. Thank you for staying till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.